If you want to become rich, stop trying to be seen, stop trying to be heard. Stop trying to be noticed. Attention feels powerful, but it makes you weak. Noise feels important, but it keeps you poor. The world trains you to perform, to show, to speak, to react, to stay visible. But real wealth is built in silence. Power doesn't grow in crowds, it grows in isolation. Focus doesn't survive in chaos. Discipline doesn't live in noise. Money doesn't follow attention. It follows structure, patience, and control. When everyone is busy proving who they are, the invisible ones are building who they will become. When everyone is chasing validation, the invisible ones are stacking skill, systems, and assets. When everyone is talking about plans, the invisible ones are executing them. Becoming invisible is not weakness. It is strategy, it is protection, it is clarity, it is control. You don't disappear because you are afraid. Disappear because you are focused. You don't go silent because you are lost. You go silent because you are building. The loud ones seek approval. The quiet ones build empires. If you want money, freedom, power, and independence, stop performing for the world. Step back. Cut the noise, remove the distractions, leave the spotlight. Enter the shadows where discipline is built, where focus is protected, and where real wealth begins. Because the truth is simple. Visibility makes you busy. Invisibility makes you rich. The fastest way to stay poor is to stay distracted. The world is loud. Notifications never stop. Opinions come from every direction. People pull your attention with messages, drama, trends, noise, and constant movement. Your mind gets scattered before the day even begins. Focus disappears before effort even starts. This is how people stay busy but never build anything real. If you want wealth, you must disappear from distractions first, not physically, mentally, emotionally, internally. You must stop living inside noise and start living inside focus. Distraction feels harmless, it feels normal, it feels like part of life. But it slowly steals time, energy, attention, and discipline. It turns ambition into entertainment. It turns dreams into ideas that never move. It turns potential into wasted ability. Most people think they lack money. In truth, they lack focus. A distracted mind cannot build wealth. A scattered mind cannot create value. A noisy mind cannot think clearly. A reactive mind cannot plan long-term. Wealth requires direction. Direction requires focus. Focus requires silence. Disappearing from distractions means choosing what deserves your attention and cutting everything else. It means fewer conversations, fewer opinions, fewer emotional attachments, fewer meaningless activities. It means less scrolling, less talking, less reacting, less explaining. It means protecting your mental space like it is your most valuable asset, because it is. When your mind is quiet, you can hear your own thoughts, you can feel your own direction. You can sense your own purpose, you can see patterns others miss, you can make decisions without pressure. You can work without chaos, you can think without confusion. Most people fear silence because it forces them to face themselves, their weaknesses, their excuses, their wasted time, their lost years. Silence removes distractions and exposes reality. That is uncomfortable. That is why people stay busy. That is why they stay noisy. That is why they stay distracted. But growth lives in quiet space. Wealth is not built in chaos. It is built in structure. It is built in routine. It is built in repetition. It is built in focus. It is built in discipline. It is built in consistency. When you disappear from distractions, your mind becomes sharper. Your time becomes clearer. Your energy becomes stronger. Your goals become real instead of imagined. You stop reacting and start planning. You stop reacting and start planning. You stop chasing and start building. You stop consuming and start creating. You stop watching and start doing. Daily life changes. You wake up with intention instead of noise. You move through your day with direction instead of randomness. You work with purpose instead of pressure. You choose effort instead. Your body feels different. Your mind feels lighter. Your focus feels stronger. Your emotions become calmer. Your energy becomes stable. You no longer need constant stimulation. You no longer need approval. You no longer need validation. You no longer need attention. You no longer need noise. You become self-contained. This is where wealth begins, not in money, in mindset, in discipline, in focus, in control. Disappearing from distractions is not isolation. It is protection. It is control. It is strategy. It is survival in a world designed to drain attention. The people who win are not louder. They are quieter. They are not busier. They are more focused. They are not everywhere. They are consistent in one direction. They work while others scroll. They think while others react. They build while others talk. They invest while others consume. They choose silence over noise. They choose focus over fun. They choose discipline over comfort. Over time, the results become visible, not because they announced them, not because they showed them, but because they lived. Disappearing from distractions creates an internal shift. You stop living for today only. You start building for the future. You stop chasing fast pleasure. You start chasing long-term power. You stop feeding impulses. You start feeding purpose. This is not about becoming cold. It is about becoming clear. It is about becoming intentional. It is about becoming disciplined. It is about becoming dangerous to your old limitations. The person you are becoming understands that attention is currency. Focus is capital. Discipline is wealth before money ever arrives. Disappear from distractions and disappear from distractions. Disappear from distractions. Disappear from distractions, and wealth becomes possible. This is how the journey begins, not by chasing money, not by chasing status, not by chasing attention, but by mastering focus first. Silence your world, control your mind, protect your energy, narrow your direction, lock your attention. Because wealth does not come to the distracted, it comes to the disciplined. Noise is for those who seek attention. Silence is for those who seek results. When you move in silence, you protect your plans, your energy, your focus, and your direction. You stop giving the world access to your process. You stop explaining your vision. You stop announcing your moves. You stop proving your ambition. You stop performing your goals. Most people talk too much. They share too early. They reveal plans before action. They announce goals before discipline. They seek approval before progress. This drains power before it is even built. It invites doubt, opinions, jealousy, distraction, and pressure. The world does not need to know what you are building. It only needs to see the result. Moving in silence is not secrecy out of fear. It is privacy out of intelligence. It is discipline. It is control. It is strategy. When you keep your plans quiet, your focus stays clean. Your mind stays clear, your energy stays strong, your motivation stays internal. You are no longer driven by applause or approval. You are driven by purpose. Silence removes pressure. When nobody knows your plan, nobody can rush you. Nobody can doubt you. Nobody can discourage you. Nobody can distract you. Nobody can interfere. You move at your pace. You build at your speed. You grow at your rhythm. There is peace in privacy. There is power in quiet effort. There is freedom in invisibility. Daily life changes when you move in silence. You stop oversharing. You stop explaining yourself. You stop seeking validation. You stop arguing about your goals. You stop defending your direction. You stop proving your worth. You wake up, work, build, improve, learn, grow, and repeat. No performance, no show, no noise, no drama, just structure, just discipline, just progress. People who talk feel productive. People who work become productive. Silence sharpens focus. When the mind is not busy managing opinions, it becomes busy building systems. When the mind is not distracted by reactions, it becomes absorbed in execution. When the mind is not feeding attention, it starts feeding growth. This creates speed, this creates clarity, this creates momentum. Moving in silence also builds emotional strength. You stop depending on feedback. You stop needing approval. You stop craving recognition. You become internally stable. Your confidence becomes quiet. Your ambition becomes calm. Your presence becomes grounded. You no longer rush to prove. You no longer chase attention. You no longer seek validation. You no longer measure yourself. You measure yourself. Silence builds discipline. Discipline builds consistency. Consistency builds momentum. Momentum builds results. Results build power. This is how invisible work becomes visible success. People will not see your they will not see your pressure. They will not see your discipline. They will not see your struggle. They will only see the outcome. And that is how it should be. Because wealth is not built in public view. It is built in private effort. It is built in quiet discipline. It is built in focused repetition. It is built in structured routines. It is built in unseen sacrifice. Moving in silence protects your direction from noise. It protects your energy from drama. It protects your vision from doubt. It protects your mind from chaos. The world is full of people who talk about success. Very few build it quietly. Silence is not weakness. Silence is not weakness. Silence is control. Silence is clarity. Silence is confidence. Silence is strength. You become unpredictable. People cannot read your moves. They cannot anticipate your direction. They cannot interfere with your progress. They cannot manipulate your emotions. You operate freely. This is how real power is formed, not through attention, not through popularity, not through noise, but through quiet dominance. You build while others perform. You grow while others you invest while others you focus while others react. And one day you do not need to explain anything. Your life explains it for you. Wealth is built in private long before it is seen in public. Money is not created by noise, attention, or popularity. It is created through focus, discipline, patience, and consistency. Real wealth grows in quiet rooms, in long hours, in lonely work, and in unseen effort. It is built when nobody is watching. It is built when nobody is clapping. It is built when nobody knows your name. Building wealth in private means separating progress from performance. It means you stop trying to look successful and start becoming successful. It means you stop chasing the image of wealth and start building the foundation of it. Most people confuse appearance with progress. They show luxury while living in debt. They show status while lacking stability. They show confidence while you must live differently. Private wealth building starts with structure. Your days gain routine. Your time gains order. Your habits gain purpose. Your effort gains direction. You stop wasting energy on things that do not grow you. You stop spending money on things that do not build you. You stop giving time to people who drain you. Your focus shifts. You think long-term. You plan ahead. You delay pleasure. You manage money with intention. You invest energy wisely. You protect your mental space. You protect your discipline. You protect your routines. You stop living for now and start building for later. Daily actions change. You work when others rest. You learn when others distract themselves. You save when others spend. You grow when others consume. You build when others complain. No one sees it, no one applauds it, no one celebrates it, but it compounds. Quiet effort creates. Private wealth building also changes your mindset. You stop comparing yourself to others. You stop chasing lifestyles. You stop measuring success by appearance. You stop living for approval. You stop seeking validation. You become patient. You become disciplined. You become strategic. You become intentional. Money starts becoming a tool instead of a goal. It becomes a means to freedom, not a symbol for attention. It becomes a resource for control, not a way to impress. This creates calm, financial pressure reduces, mental clarity increases, emotional stability grows. You sleep better, you think clearer, you move with confidence, you act with purpose. Wealth is not just numbers, it is peace of mind, it is security. It is freedom of choice, it is control over time, it is independence. Building it in private protects you from outside pressure. You do not feel rushed, you do not feel judged. You do not feel compared, you do not feel forced to perform. You move at your pace, you build at your speed, you grow at your rhythm. No noise, no pressure, just progress. Private building creates internal power. You stop being desperate, you stop being anxious, you stop being reactive. You stop being emotional about money. You become calm, steady, and controlled. That calm is visible. People feel it, they sense it, they cannot explain it, but they respond to it because stability has a... When wealth grows quietly, it grows clean, it grows without ego, it grows without chaos. It grows without noise, it grows without drama, it grows strong. And when it finally becomes visible, it looks effortless to others. They do not see the years. They do not see the sacrifices. They do not see the discipline. They do not see the patience. They do not see the restraint. They only see the result. That is how it should be. Because real wealth is not built for attention. It is built for freedom. Attention is expensive. It costs energy, it costs focus, it costs time, it costs clarity. Most people think attention is power. In reality, attention is exposure, and exposure brings pressure, interference, judgment, expectation, and distraction. Power grows best when it is not seen, not touched, not tested, and not interrupted. When you avoid attention, you protect your direction, you protect your process, you protect your energy, you protect your discipline, you protect your plans. The loud life looks attractive, but it is unstable. Constant visibility creates constant pressure. Constant performance creates constant anxiety. Constant approval seeking creates constant dependence. The need to be seen turns people into performers instead of builders. Power is different. Power is quiet. Power is patient. Power is controlled. Power is steady. Accumulating power means building influence, control, resources, and leverage without drawing unnecessary attention. It means strengthening your position while others are busy showing their image. It means increasing your capacity while others are chasing reactions. When you avoid attention, your mind becomes free from comparison, free from validation, free from judgment, free from pressure, free from performance. This freedom allows focus to deepen. Discipline becomes stronger, structure becomes solid, direction becomes clear. You start making decisions based on strategy, not emotion, based on logic, not ego, based on growth, not approval. People who chase attention become predictable. Their moves are visible, their plans are public. Their weaknesses are known, their identity becomes fragile. People who avoid attention become unpredictable. Their moves are private, their emotions are controlled. Their plans are hidden, their growth is unseen, their identity becomes solid. This creates leverage is quiet power. It is the ability to move without resistance. It is the ability to act without interference. It is the ability to grow without pressure. In daily life, this looks simple. You speak less, you show less, you explain less. You perform less, you post less, you announce less, you prove less, and you build more, you focus more, you learn more, you grow more, you improve more, you invest more. Your energy goes inward instead of out. Accumulating power means strengthening your mind, your skills, your discipline, your control, your structure, and your systems. These things are invisible to the world but unstoppable in effect. Real power is internal before it is external. It starts as self-control, it becomes discipline, it becomes focus, it becomes consistency, it becomes competence, it becomes confidence, not loud confidence. When you avoid attention, you also avoid unnecessary enemies. Attention creates competition. Attention creates jealousy. Attention creates judgment. Attention creates resistance. Attention creates conflict. Power grows best in calm. This is why those who last the longest are not the loudest. They are the most controlled. They are the most patient. They are the most disciplined. They do not rush to be seen. They do not rush to be known. They do not rush to be praised. They rush to be prepared. They rush to be strong. They rush to be stable. They rush to be capable. They invest in depth, not image. They invest in structure, not status. They invest in systems, not attention. Over time, this creates quiet dominance. People begin to feel your presence without knowing why. They respect your calm without understanding it. They trust your decisions because power communicates. Avoiding attention is not hiding. It is strategy, it is control, it is patience, it is discipline. You do not need to be seen to grow. You do not need to be heard to build. You do not need to be praised to progress. You need structure, you need focus, you need discipline, you need consistency. That is where power lives. And when power accumulates quietly, it becomes unshakable. It becomes stable, it becomes grounded, it becomes undeniable. This is how you rise. This is how you grow this is how you build without pressure. You avoid attention, and there comes a moment when silence ends and presence begins, not because you announce it, not because you demand it, but because your results speak before you ever do. This is the final stage, the return. Not as noise, not as performance, not as a show, but as proof. Reappearing with results is power in its purest form. It is not about shocking people. It is not about impressing people. It is not about proving people wrong. It is about standing in a new reality that cannot be ignored. When you disappear long enough, people forget to watch you. They stop tracking you. They stop judging you. They stop expecting anything from you. That is freedom. That is space. That is silence. That is power building time. And during that time, you change. Your habits shift. Your mindset sharpens. Your discipline deepens. Your focus strengthens. Your standards rise. Your identity transforms. You are no longer the same person internally, even if the outside world still sees the old version. This is the quiet transformation stage, the stage nobody talks about. The stage nobody celebrates, the stage where growth happens without witnesses. You build skills, you build structure, you build systems, you build discipline, you build wealth, you build stability. Not for attention, not for praise, not for validation, but for freedom. Reappearing with results means you let outcomes speak. Not explanations, not stories, not motivation posts, not speeches. Outcomes. People see the change in your life. They feel the shift in your presence. They notice the calm in your energy. They respect the control in your behavior. Sense the stability in your decisions. You do not need to explain growth. Growth is visible. You do not need to defend success. Success is undeniable. Results create authority. Results create respect, influence without. This is how true dominance looks: calm, controlled, grounded, stable. You walk differently, you speak differently, you listen differently, you react differently, you move differently, not because you are trying to show change, but because change has already happened. Reappearing with results also changes how people treat you. Conversations shift. Respect increases. Boundaries are honored. Words carry weight. Presence commands attention without effort. Not because you asked for it, because you demanded it. Not because you chased it, but because you earned it. It is the power of invisible work. People who stayed visible without growth lose credibility. People who stayed silent with growth gain authority. When you return with results, you control the narrative without speaking. Your life becomes the message. It is not about revenge, not about proving people wrong, not about showing off. It is about stepping into a level of life where you no longer need validation from anyone. You become internally results removed, because you trust yourself. You know what you built. You know what you survived. You know what you sacrificed. You know what you overcame. That creates quiet confidence, not loud confidence, not fake confidence, real confidence. And that confidence is heavy. It changes rooms. It changes conversations. It changes energy. People feel it before they hear it. This is the return of the invisible builder. Not dramatic, not loud, not chaotic. Calm, stable, controlled, focused. You no longer chase opportunity. Opportunity comes to you. You no longer seek respect. Respect follows you. You no longer need attention. Attention finds you. Because results create gravity. This is the final truth. Disappearing builds you. Silence strengthens you. Discipline shapes you. Focus sharpens you. Structure stabilizes you. And results reveal. You do not return as a talker. You return as a builder. You do not return as a dreamer. You return as a doer. You do not return as potential. You return as proof. That is how wealth becomes. That is how power becomes. Respect becomes automatic, not through noise, through results.